Hey, we're back. We're going to be looking at XLK. XLK is Spider Fund's technology sector. And last time we looked at this, XLK was trading at 143, so it's gone up about $6. The last time we looked was also on the 19th of March, so about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago. We currently have the 1 month chart up here. Looks green to me. That tracks with what we saw last time we checked, which was probably about right around here-ish, 143 once again. So about half the chart over. That's the growth. Again, what we've done with these other sectors is I just like to share the top holdings in them. So again, you can see up here the sector. It's all technology. Then the top 10 holdings, which make up about 70% of this EFT. Most of it's coming from Microsoft and Apple. There are some other big ones. It looks like if we go to tier 2, which really there's just tier 1 and then tier 2, because there's just a significant drop. If anything, it's like tier 1 to tier 3. But we do have two companies above 20%. Those two, Microsoft and Apple, make up 45%, technically 46%, just those two alone. So half of this sector is being driven by those two companies. So I think that's worth noting. Driven by Apple and Microsoft, 45%. So that's just for us. We'll keep that there. The next one would be NVIDIA, closing in on 8%, and then AVGO, which is Broadcom, 3.5%. Then after that, everything is less than 3. Outside of that, there's not really any news other than technology has been going on a streak lately. Normally, the companies that they call on, though, are, yes, Apple, Amazon, which is not on this list, Meta, which is not on this list. They haven't mentioned Microsoft, but they have mentioned NVIDIA. So it does make sense that this one would be growing over the past few weeks. If we look at a chart, it looks like they are going way faster than we originally laid out. I think one thing that I'm going to change here is this sell point, which we've clearly surpassed at this point. I'm going to raise that up to here. It looks like it was a point of interest once on the way up where it got rejected there, but then once on the way down where it wanted to climb back up but met resistance there. And we could even say here's a third one where it tried to bounce back, and for whatever reason 157 was a key indicator for this one. So I'm going to update the resistance chart, or the resistance point, also the date and the current price, which is now 149. If I was looking to buy this one, right now I just don't like it. I think what we're also going to do is add in another fair value point. So this would almost be like the range for me. What I'm going to put it at, like I could put it here. A part of me wants to try to like split the middle, which is right about here-ish. And the middle that I'm referring to is, it looks like there was some support here. There's support again twice, but then it acted as resistance once, and it seems like it's close to acting like resistance here again. And so by splitting the middle, like this one's spot on, this one's a little bit short, this one's a little bit short, this one's a little bit short. So if we actually just raise it up a little bit, that seems pretty good, because now this one's a tiny bit short. That one's like spot on, and this one is a little bit short there too. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good spot. So for me, again, looking at this uptrend, which I'm going to extend this out just a little bit, give us a couple extra weeks on that, and then this one too, give this one a couple extra weeks here. I could potentially raise that some. I could raise that up here, but am I parallel here? That's good enough. Let's see. I can move this out a little bit more. Okay, that's good enough. That seems to be the spot on chart. We're clearly at the top side. If this one wants to keep going, again, just based on patterns, if we just draw this in, you know, we went up here, came back down a little bit below the purple line, hit the purple line just about, touch the purple line. Now we're exceeding it, and it looks like, whoops, oh crap. I don't know how to undo like the last point, because that's all I wanted to do was undo the last point, not the whole thing. But here we are up here, and then just kind of looking at it, I would say most of them are about that angle. That's a pretty big drop now. But what do you think? I would say about like that, and then we might see another cone like this. I think it'd be almost exactly like that, and then it'll get rejected. Okay, I want to see how this plays out, and we'll make this one, whoops, let's make this yellow, or like an orange, as long as we can see it. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. So the next point for me to want to buy is going to be right at this intersection point at about 140. So if we find our technology, I'll add another point on here, 140. So another factor that we can look at is we have we just added that fair value line because we had to raise our resistance point. But I would say if we just look at it like broad, very, very high level, if we can get this one between 149 and 132, I mean, right now that is fair. Obviously, we want to catch it as close to 132 as possible. And so we're right about in the middle. I think this one has a good chance to pull back to about 140. I'm going to hopefully catch it on 140. I like the technology sector, so I will buy, especially as we're kind of climbing. Whether it's overvalued or not, I think it's still a good index fund to have, especially long term, given today's day and age. That pretty much wraps this up. I'm going to set an alert for this one because I don't have this, but I want to have it. But that is it for this. Let me wrap this just so we can all see it. So XLK, currently it's at 149. The first point that I would be looking at buying is 140. I think we're going to run into resistance around 157. And then there's the date. And just a note for everybody is that this one is mainly driven by two stocks, Apple and Microsoft, that makes up almost half this index fund. And it's also slightly in an uptrend. So I think we can know where most of that is coming from. But other than that, that's it. If you have any comments, questions, want to share your opinion on something, by all means, let me know in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.